History is filled with heroes, but what about the ones we've forgotten? Today, we're talking about one such man, Ignaz Semmelweis. His story is a powerful, tragic reminder of how brilliant ideas can be rejected, with devastating consequences. Imagine this: it's the 1840s. You're in a top European hospital, but something is terribly wrong. In one maternity ward, run by doctors and medical students, new mothers are dying at an alarming rate from a mysterious illness called childbed fever. But right next door, in a ward run by midwives, the death rate is dramatically lower. This is the puzzle that haunted Dr. Sem. He was obsessed, determined to find out why. He studied everything, from the patient's positions during birth to the religious rites performed. Nothing made sense. The breakthrough came after a tragic accident. His friend, a pathologist, cut his finger during an autopsy and died from an infection that looked exactly like childbed fever. Suddenly, it all clicked for Semmelweis. The doctors and students were going from dissecting cadavers directly to delivering babies, without washing their hands. They were unknowingly carrying what he called cadaverous particles to the mothers. The midwives, on the other hand, weren't performing autopsies. His solution was revolutionary yet simple. Hand washing. He ordered his staff to wash their hands with a chlorinated lime solution. The results were immediate and staggering. The death rate in his ward plummeted by over 90%. He had found the cure. But here's where the tragedy begins. You'd think the medical community would celebrate him as a hero, right? Wrong. His ideas were met with ridicule and hostility. Doctors were offended by the suggestion that their own hands were unclean and causing death. They dismissed his evidence, calling him a charlatan. They clung to old, incorrect theories about disease. Semmelweis was fired from his job, and his life-saving practice was abandoned. He spent years trying to convince the world, writing letters and a book detailing his findings, but he was ignored. The constant rejection and the knowledge that women were still dying needlessly took a heavy toll on his mental health. Ultimately, he was committed to an asylum. In a cruel twist of fate, he died there just 14 days later from an infected wound on his hand, the very kind of infection he had fought so hard to prevent in others. It took decades after his death for his hand-washing theory, the foundation of modern germ theory, to be accepted. Ignaz Semmelweis saved countless lives, yet he died alone, rejected, and forgotten by the very people he tried to help. His story is a powerful lesson about the courage to challenge the status quo and the tragic price that pioneers sometimes have to pay. Thank you for watching. If you found this story as moving as I did, please like this video and subscribe for more untold stories from history. See you next time.